This is Love for the Streets, and you're watching The Ride Along.
Ride with us, slide with us, come vibe with us. Stay cruising with real hitters and dime pieces. Ain't nobody else comparing to the things we on. You got love for the streets, why don't you ride along? Ride with us, slide with us, come vibe with us. Stay cruising with real hitters and dime pieces. Ain't nobody else comparing to the things we on. You got love for the streets, why don't you ride along?
All right, so welcome back to another episode of The Ride Along. Today we're out here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and we're gonna feature this beautiful car that's right behind me. But I'm gonna let the owner introduce himself and introduce the car.
Yeah, my name is Pete Fabila. I'm repping Stylistics, Fort Worth, Texas, and this is my 1976 Chevy Caprice.
All right, my boy Pete, what do you say? We take a little ride or what?
Let's do it.
All right, let's show him what DFW is about. I love that sound, dog. I don't know what it is. I feel like if these like 70s like style of lowriders, dog,
Yeah.
are like the hydraulics are like that old school, like it sounds different. I don't know, dog. Maybe it's just me, I guess, you know?
Nah, it's a beautiful sound.
Yeah, hell yeah, dog. So Pete, for everybody that's watching, you know, I know they're wondering what's the history on the car, dog? Question number one, how long have you had the car for?
I've had the car for about 8 years. I had a Cadillac, a Fleetwood, a black Cadillac, and I was actually building it for another guy, and he was ready to start rolling, so he was wanting to get rid of it, so I ended up trading.
So this one you were building it for somebody else? All right.
So I ended up trading it for the Cadillac, and I ended up finishing it out, and it was originally all black. This car is actually a cherry black, but
yeah, I noticed that.
it's real dark, so it mainly looks
yeah, depending on when the sun is hitting it or the lights, right?
yeah.
All right.
So anyways, so when I got it, I finished it up and got it out, and it was about a year. So once I put it all together, started driving it, and there was another guy.
So let me interrupt you. You built the car yourself?
Yes.
Not a shop, not nothing. You did it.
No, I did everything.
Is this what you do? You build cars?
I build cars. I've done a lot of cars that's been in magazines.
Oh, all right.
So I mean, you know, I can't name them all, but
Yeah. But
recent one is probably the black 58. It was originally Joe T's from Good Times.
okay.
And then it went to Street Toys, I think it was.
Okay.
And then I think it's in Cali now.
Okay. Yeah, that's tight.
It was on Lowrider magazine. Yeah.
All right. So this car right here, who painted the car?
I painted the car.
Oh.
It's a cherry black. And it's all chroma based DuPont material. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is that like a hobby of yours, or that's what you do for a living?
It's a hobby of mine.
All right. It was a good hobby, dog.
Yeah. I originally had a body shop back in the day, but
right.
it didn't last too long. The owner was tripping, whatever. So I made up my garage, just like a 4-car garage. So I do all my work out of my garage now, you know.
All right.
So, you
Little backyard boogie right there, huh?
yeah. So, you know, everything comes out really clean in my garage. I have a paint system.
Are you very meticulous with the way you
I'm real
build
picky.
your car? All right.
I painted the shell of this car like 3 times because I wasn't happy with it. You know, the body work is one thing. I wanted to make sure it was really straight.
You did the body work?
I did all the body work.
Wow.
So,
That's crazy,
and it's the body line on the back by the quarter window, it was all rusted, so I had to get it right. So you know, it just took me some time to get it right.
All right. What's the deal with the pinstriping and the variegated leafing? Like, was that like something that you did also?
No, so my homie Loki, right here out of Dallas, he did it at his shop.
Okay.
Let's see, I can't think.
Did you have you just kind of dropped it off right there and let him do his thing, or did you have a say in what you wanted to look?
Actually, now that I think about it, he came to my house right there in Fort Worth, and he did all the work there. It took him, I think, 2 or 3 days. Can't be for sure, but it came out really nice.
Yeah, all right.
I told him the colors that I wanted, just kind of the scheme of it, you know, straight.
And let him do his magic.
And he did his thing, and
That's right.
it just came out more than what I expected. You know, he's real talented.
All right.
Right here out of Dallas.
That's right. What type of rims do you got on the car for people that are wondering?
These are 72 spoke cross lace Zeniths that Speedy built for me.
Okay.
And man, did an awesome job. I love them. They're just
The engraving, the
beautiful.
gold.
They're two-tone engraving.
Yeah,
So,
I noticed that, bro. And I think that it goes with the car.
yeah.
The color, the variegated gold. So, you know, 72 spokes. I don't know what it is about 72 spoke cross lace
Yeah.
on a year like this.
Yeah, I had to have the cross lace
Yeah.
just because of the year, and you know,
That's right.
I want to do my bumpers.
Is that like a
engraved,
thing? Let me ask you this for people that know. I always say, let me ask you this. Like, it's basically me asking for the people, right?
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned something right now that for the year, like, is that like a 70s thing, the cross lace? Because I notice a lot of guys, they choose that, and a lot of guys don't. And people don't like. I like them, but it is like on some cars, it looks better than others.
Well, you know, like the true spokes, they're cross lace, so
Right.
I think that's what it is for me. They're not a true spoke, of course, but they're, you know, they look different as well. They look like the Dayton's, but.
Yeah.
But
And
I
they're
don't know.
wires. I
And
mean,
they're
so-
wires.
yeah.
So I just wanted to cross, you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't get any over here. You know, we're kind of limited on the buying
stuff.
wheels and, you know.
That's crazy, bro.
engraving
Like,
things,
even
bro.
to this day, you know, like, still, like, you guys deal with that. You know what I mean? I can't imagine what it was like in the 90s. Yeah.
Everything had to be like shipped
Limited, yeah.
from Cali, you know.
That's tight. How long have you been into lowriding, man?
Man, my uncles had lowriders back in the early 80s, late 70s, I guess, and
There go the uncles again, see?
you know,
Those uncles,
it's
man.
all-
Shout out to all the uncles out there that are pushing their nephews, their nieces, and obviously their kids, their own kids, but to even continue this lifestyle, you know, because personally, I can relate to that. Sorry to cut you off, dog.
Oh,
but-
no, it's good, man, because I love my uncles, you know. Some of them are past now,
But they left you with the.
but, you know, it's the memories that keep going,
That's right.
and trying to pass them down to my family and, you know, friends.
Hydraulics. What do you have in the trunk?
I have a whammy tank that I had bought from Hopples years ago, so finally starting to put it together. Everything's Hopples. I had nothing was built together at Hopples. They shipped everything to Fort Worth, of course, and I had a guy, one of my friends out of Fort Worth. His name is Aurelio. He has a custom shop called A&M Customs. Him and his brother Marco. So
Do they do hydraulics?
they do everything. They do hydraulics, custom paint jobs. It's a one-stop shop.
And it's here in the DFW area.
It's here in the DFW area.
Alright.
You look them up. They're pretty known guys. They do a lot of hops.
Oh yeah, they're into that part of the
Oh, yeah.
hydraulics. Yeah, all right. They'll make a car hit the bumper, huh?
They'll make it. He's got a El Camino that hits that back bumper pretty good.
What do you have as far as undercarriage goes?
The suspension's all in engraved. It's just chrome.
Okay.
It's not two-tone, but it's all chromed out, engraved.
And that I know already. The way you said it, I know that we could expect a two-tone coming for the
Yeah,
no?
fortunately, that's where my money goes, is on this car.
You mentioned earlier when we were talking that when you go to shows, because I know you take this car to shows. I hope you do.
Yeah, I do.
And you mentioned that you do a full-on display.
I like to do a full. I love doing, people, they do their thing, but I love going to shows. Me and my homie Raymond, we go to the shows and we set up on a 20x20, and it takes us almost all day, man, but we love it, man. We love showing the belly of the car. It's so clean.
I don't know if you're familiar, but we do shows back in Cali, right?
Yeah.
And that right there, not only do we understand it with the cars that we've taken to the shows, my brother, where we've done displays, we've also helped out my brother's club members.
Yeah.
But we see also the people at our shows. Like, that in itself is an experience for the car owner, because you have your family helping you, you have your club members helping you, you're running into people that you haven't seen in a long time. So that right there, it's an experience, the day of rolling, per se. So is that something that you could relate to?
Oh yeah, man. My wife, man, I've been with my wife since high school.
Shout out to all the wives.
Man, she's been with me since I was 15, and she's the same. And we've been together ever since. We're like 45 now, and we're still going,
That's dope.
And my wife's in at 100, just like I am. So is my kids.
Yeah.
My kids, they love me, love helping out with the cars whenever
they love the car.
They love it,
That's right.
So
what better inheritance for you to leave to them than those memories, that go to car shows, work on the car.
Yeah.
When it breaks down, they're concerned,
Yeah. So they're gonna know when I leave behind.
Yeah.
They're gonna know that I'm a true lowrider from day one, and it's just.
That's dope, dude.
I got them cars too. My son, I got him a '68 convertible.
Oh wow.
So it's just.
It's still in the works?
It's in the works.
All right.
I have a '60 convertible that I'm actually building right now. I haven't really posted any pictures of it, but hopefully next year.
It's in the works also.
It's in the works,
All right, my boy Pete.
Yeah,
he got that fire coming, yo.
I got to get out there to Cali with all y'all guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, it would be, and I could speak for everybody out there, to see this car on the boulevard, my boy, it would be the best, dog.
Yeah, I want to get it out there.
Yeah, no, because I mean, come on, dog, this thing is a beauty, dog, and to see it out there on the boulevard, that's like, you'll see all the jaws dropping.
I hope so, man. I hope.
So let me ask you this: why did you build this year, or why this body style? For everybody that's wondering, obviously a lot of guys, they go after the same, but I feel like if this is what makes this car unique, and this is my point of view, is that it's not a 61, 62, nothing against those cars.
No.
But this stands out. So why did you choose this one? Why did this one catch your eye?
Well, originally, it didn't catch my eye. I was building it, like I said. But once I started building it, and I started thinking, 70, 75, 74, 5, and 6, they were part of lowrider history.
Oh, yeah.
So,
say that again. For the people in the back that didn't hear it. It's part of lowriding history, bro.
This is part of lowrider history, the 74, 5, and 6s, That's what was out. That's what you saw in the magazines. You really didn't see all the other cars too much.
No.
Not till the late 90s, and then all these other cars started coming out, and changed the game a little.
And I don't know, dog, but the Glass House to me is one of the best cars. The body lines, the windows, come on, dog. How could you not fall in love with the way this car looks?
Yeah, I love this car. When I got it, my wife wasn't really too into it, but she saw my idea of how it was going to come out, and now she does not want me to get rid of it for anything. She loves this car.
That's right. So maybe the 60, Pete's gonna stay with the 60, and maybe your wife's gonna be riding along with you in this one.
Oh yeah, this is her. It's already gonna be her car. I already know she's gonna be rolling.
Hey dog, before I forget, what's the reason behind the name?
Well, me and Loki, my homie that pinstriped the car, we was thinking of a name, you know. It was like, man, what should we call it, you know? And
because that means a lot. The name is always, because it sticks with the car.
we were jamming out to some classic rock, and
Alright.
and the colors went with the song that came on. It was Hendrix, you know.
All right.
So it was like, Loki was like, man, you should name it Hendrix. Ain't nobody got a car named
right.
Hendrix. I'm like, you know, you're right, because you have all these other cars that, you know, Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Why not pay homage to another, you know, legend, right?
Yes.
That's dope, dude.
So that's how
I like the name. I mean, to me, it stood out. I was like, what? Like, because I know the reference. I know the reference, but for people that don't know, y'all better go listen to some Jimi Hendrix. You know, don't do anything extra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, because we already know, but the music was off the chain. You know I've listened to it, dog. So, before I forget, so what do you have in the engine, bro? Like, is it a stock engine? Is it something that's?
So it's a Vortec 350. It came out of a 90s vehicle. Can't be for sure. The guy I got the car from, his name is Alonzo. He actually built the motor and went ahead and used it for this car. Of course, I put all the little accessories on it, and
The chrome and everything.
I just recently added AC to it, 'cause, you know, it gets hot out here in Texas, man. It gets like 100
Believe me, I know.
degrees.
I've been out here, dog, and don't get me wrong, Cali, we have our weird weather, but out here, bro, it's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
It's something like, I mean, I don't know, I can't compare it to anything, dude, because it's very humid. You know, it's late at night and it's 100 degrees, but it's humid, bro.
Yeah, it gets real sticky out here. Just the heat.
Is the sunroof, is it original or did you put that in?
I actually added a sunroof myself. I got the sunroof from a guy in Houston. His name is Adam. He's on Instagram as well. He's a pretty cool guy. He used to sell a lot of moonroofs back in the day. Sunroofs. Some people call them sunroofs. Some people call them moonroof. But this is a 44. It's pretty big. Yeah, I did all the work myself. I did a lot. I touched every bit of this car to the belly. The belly's painted. You name it.
So now that you touched that subject, bro, what's your take on the bought not built, built not bought? Now, I asked this question to everybody, or well, mostly everybody, but what do you think about that controversy?
I say more power to him, man, because I spent hundreds of hours on this car, and I love building my own car. I know what I've done.
All right.
But for the ones that's got to buy it, hey, you know, a lot of people don't have that skill. Nothing's wrong with that. It's just, it takes a lot of hands-on and how-to, you know. Just,
yeah.
You know,
which a lot of us don't have that.
Yeah, like I have everything at my house.
Yeah, see? And even like you brought up earlier, you know, you didn't do 100% of the car, but you did as much as you could. You put your hands on.
Yeah.
So that to me, I feel like if it's a personal taste, right? Like you chose to do that because it's like this. If you don't know how to paint, you take it to the painter. Tell him what color you want. Let him work his magic. If you don't know how to do hydraulics, which you don't, right? You have to take it to somebody. Yeah, of course you tell them this is what I want, this is what I have, put it in there, make it work.
Yeah.
So I feel like that, like it's a big controversy. I mean, I think it'll never die out. People are always gonna say, well, you know, you bought your car, you didn't build it. Like, you know, some people don't have the patience, but they have the money.
Yeah.
Some people don't have the know-how, you know. So I feel like if it's something that's never gonna die out, but at least we get some clarity from the person that actually built this car.
Yeah, I know. I hear a lot of that,
and if somebody, for whatever reason, because I know you mentioned that you will never sell this car, for whatever reason you get rid of this car, you sell it to somebody and let the next man enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why we're driving through here, though.
Yeah, let's get off this road. It's bad.
It hurts me, dog.
Yeah, I put some shocks on. That's what you hear, that little rattling. I put some shocks, as you know, my wife don't like you know, it gets real bouncy without the shocks.
Yeah,
but now I'm wearing them out because I do drive this car.
Oh yeah, all right.
I drive it, you know,
As much as you can.
as much as I can. Of course, I'm always working on it. I'm always doing some little
just like
touch to it.
A true builder is always putting his hands on his car, changing something. You walk away from it, you turn back, you say, oh, maybe I should change that, maybe I should add this. Right, I know you mentioned to me little things that you see that you like to change.
Yeah.
And I can't, you know what I mean? To me, I feel like this. To me, the car's perfect. But I know you, you know, you're looking at it like, you know, it needs a different touch, right?
Yeah, I would like to just do a few little things. I want to redo my interior, of course. To
okay.
match the outside a little bit more. It's a little more custom on the outside, a little bit original on the inside.
So what's the deal with the inside of the car? I noticed you have some engraving parts or custom parts.
Yeah.
What's the deal? Yeah.
I want more engravings in here just because of the outside. I'm mainly two-tone, but you know, it's kind of tough right now. I'm trying to get back on track. You know, I had surgery a while back.
Else,
you know, I had surgery and it kind of set me back a little bit. You know, money's a big deal to everybody. You know, some people got it and that's good. Some people got to work really hard. I work really hard, and sometimes I got to do paint jobs to get something really expensive. You know.
All right, Pete. You mentioned that you have 2 other projects at home.
Yeah.
Do you think that aside from those, this is one of your ultimate builds? Aside from those 2, is this as far as you'll take a car, or do you think that, you know, you have more left in you, paint job, interior, you know, for another type of car? And if you do, what other car? Is it the 60? Is it the 68?
It's the 60.
That's the one you're gonna go.
I'm not doing anything. I say that now, but I don't think I'm gonna do a lot of custom
He's
stuff.
gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Of course, it's got to have hydraulics.
All right.
You know,
Crazy paint job.
Yeah, it's gonna have a nice paint job.
Engraving.
I don't think it's gonna have engraving. Maybe here and there. I say that, but
It looks very nice, but I mean, some guys don't like it, some guys don't.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of like your choice, huh?
Yeah, we'll see when we get there. I might add a few little touches.
I can't wait to see. So the 60's a rag.
It is a rag.
All right.
I got it in Mississippi. Of course.
Why a 60?
Well, one of my uncles, he originally owned a 60 hardtop, but I've always wanted one since the 80s because he had one, and of course, you know. That's
it's like a reminder of what
that's what I remember.
Yeah, all right. Taking cruises with him or what?
Yeah, with my uncles, you know, like I said, 2 of them passed, and
all right.
well, a few of them. So I just always wanted a 60. That was one of my favorite cars, was a 60, and then the 68, and now this Caprice here.
All right. No other cars that you have on your radar that you wanna?
No, not really.
Let me ask you another question, Pete. Your club.
Yeah.
What does being from your club mean? How long have you been from it, etc., etc.?
I've been with Stylistics for already since 2014. We started. We talked about it in 2013. My friend Raymond Lozano, he has a 6'3" Impala, and they've known Raymond, so they were asking me if I want to join the club. Raymond was, and I was like, you know, for any club, I won't get in any club, but if you're gonna start a Stylistics, then I'll do it.
All right.
Which I thought it was gonna be impossible over here in Fort Worth, in Dallas, you know. So he said, "You ready?" I was like, "Ready for what? To join the club?" And I said, "Not really." He said, "Well, it's Stylistics." I said, "Well, I'm on board. Let's do it."
There you go. So that's a club that you wanted to be from. You know, you like the vibe,
the name. It's always been out there. You know.
All right.
Of course, movies and just magazines. You know.
And so it's important to you. It's an important club to be from.
Yes.
Right. You carry it with pride.
I carry this club with pride, you know.
All right.
I represent to the fullest here.
Pete, any shout outs, anybody that you could think of right now that I mean, I feel like this is why we do this. We set out to do this. A lot of people see these cars out here, they don't know the difference between an Impala, they don't know the difference between a Cadillac, a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I hope that when they see this, they'll know that this is a 76 Caprice.
Yep.
They call these glass houses. That plaque right there says Stylistics. This is Pete. You know, we're love for the streets and we're riding, and these cars drive. They're not just trailer queens. You know, they're not just parked in somebody's garage. They're not like a piece of furniture. You know, this car is meant for you to enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's how this came about. Anybody that you could think of that had a part in where you are right now?
You know, my family, you know, I love more than anything, just like everybody else. My wife, she's a real big part of what I do. Without her, I couldn't do it, man.
That's right.
And my friend Raymond, he's been like my best friend.
Which he's also a club member.
He's a club member. He drives a 63 Impala called the Real Hustler.
Oh, all right.
You know, that's that guy right there. He's helped me out with more than people could probably ever know.
Like a real brother.
He is.
Yeah.
You know, he's more of a brother than.
Yeah.
He's more family to me than, you know, most family members.
Oh,
you know,
right.
Could be. You know, nothing wrong with the family, but he's real close. We're real close.
Wow. Last question. What is your legacy that you want to leave to lowriding, to your kids? Message, something that they could think of and they could remember you by.
I like for them to know, or they know, that I love building cars. I wish I could spend more time with my family, which I need to do, like we all do, you know. Yeah. But I think my legacy would probably be, you know, I build some clean rides. You know? I do everything, so everything. If I could engrave everything, trust me, I would do it. If I could,
I think that's gonna be the next project that Pete's gonna put his hands to. I mean, why not? I mean, when you have that vision and you're like an artist, you know, just put anything in front of you and you'll turn it into a work of, you know, of magic or whatever, right?
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, I really appreciate it. All right, my boy Pete, thank you very much for letting us take a ride with you. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you coming out from Cali. Love for the streets.
That's right.
I'd like to thank my wife and my friends from Stylistics and family members for helping me out.
That's right. So there you guys have it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share the video. Till next week. This has been the Ride Along. See you guys then.